the veterans, some of the young guys, and some of the newer transfers and early enrollees.
And how have you seen those veterans kind of not only set the tone, but show the young guys what the standard is? You kind of developed that through the course of last year, and now you have that. So how have you seen those veterans kind of show their young guys how to do that?
Well, it's just more vocal, and even last year, they're just trying to figure it out as well. A guy like Leaf, Emmett Boley, Cade Briggs, and Ben Coleman. Those guys they know what to do. They know how it's supposed to look. They're trying to set the tone and also lead and guide the new guys without holding their hand too much. They got to learn, but I think they're doing a good job of mixing up their leadership and being servant leaders.
Is there anything, I'm sure there's a lot, but is there one particular thing that you can kind of take away from a year like last year that you can apply to not only this year, but just going forward?
You better have a lot of linemen. I know it's obvious, but we were just running out of bodies last year. So just having guys prepared to play multiple positions at some point is going to be key, because as you hope it doesn't happen, but if it happens, we got to be more prepared if all the injuries happen again, and guys got to start being able to play multiple positions.
For sure. And how have you seen the transfers? Because obviously, like you said, it's like coming into a totally new environment. How have you seen some of those transfers adjust to your standard and what you're trying to do here at Arizona State?
Well, I thought we did a good job of targeting kids that we thought not just talent-wise fit, but just culturally will fit us. And Issei Matatua from New Mexico is a great kid. He's violent, he's physical, but he's a great kid off the field. He's a great teammate. Jalen Clem, same thing. He's just a great teammate, and he's going to bring value because he's going to push the start. Same thing with Issei. And then you mix in some of the younger guys, the newer guys, at Terrell Kim, a high school enrollee, and the Joey Sua, a high school enrollee, a freshman still, transfer. So we're still young, it's that mixture of veteran transfers, and Josh Atkins. I forgot about Josh. Josh Atkins played a lot. You get two guys in Issei and Josh that played a lot of football. And that the experience of playing 11 on 11 is huge. So, the key is just trying to get them to do things in our system, which it's similar, but there's some subtle differences in technique-wise. And again, they're all great kids.
And Coach, you brought up Joey Sua. Sort of what has he brought to the program so far?
He's a great kid, and he's still a freshman. He's learning how to be a college football player, and the guys rally around him. And so you just got to think. You got to remember, they're still young.
And I'm sure you've heard of his story and the adversity he's overcome. How does that sort of empower the rest of the team?
Well, for Joey and Joey and his family, it's just they want to be treated. He wants to be treated the same. And so there's nothing that some old lineman can do that Joey can't, and then we hold him to that standard. And so whether he does a great block on a defensive lineman or whether he misses an assignment, it's no different than someone else. So he's young, and he's going to make some really good plays, and he's going to make some really not so good plays.
The depth is noticeably improved.
Yeah.
What's that feel like to you, just to have more options and bodies and you can do different things?
Well, when you go into spring ball and you try to mix up some of the groups of the guys playing next to each other, it's nice that you're not going to have a big hole at one position and when you're trying to go two groups, three groups. Now you get different experience levels and talent levels, but it's nice to have bodies you can just plug in and know that it's not going to be a complete disaster, because of experience or whatever. So we still got to keep them healthy. Still have to clean up some things, and we got to get different guys working with each other. So you'll see a lot of guys moving around in different combination of guys to get them to hear how this guy sounds and this guy sounds and this quarterback. So there's going to be bumps and bruises when you do that, but eventually they'll all hear each other, know each other, and know how to play with each other.